Question of the day. Do you respect artists? Do you respect music artists? Do you respect producers? Do you respect MCs? Do you respect singers? That's the question of today. Happy Sunday. I hope you all are doing well. I usually don't come to you guys on a Sunday, but I'm trying to do more videos. So I was listening to some commentary about a legendary artist talking about how he has worked so hard to get where he is supposed to get, and he can come to his shows late, and he can do whatever the hell he want because he's at legendary status. Yes. Now, I don't agree with that. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I don't agree with that. It's two sides to every story. Now, I will tell you, from managing artists, I do feel like fans can be excessive. Fans and admirers of music of these artists can be so disrespectful and excessive because they feel like they know the artist and they really don't know the artist. Because a lot of times, unfortunately, with my experiences, when you see an artist and you hear all this major genius music from them and they're super talented and all of that, and then 9 times out of 10 you see them do great interviews, or you may see them do bad interviews, and then you find out when you meet them in person, you have this narrative that they are like the best people in the world, and come to find out they are not. They are mean, they are agitated, they have mental health issues, even though I am not knocking mental health because I work in a mental health field. Maybe this is why it has prepared me to do artist management and experience all the craziness that comes with it. It's called patience. But what I will tell you is that you do have fans and admirers that do not respect the artist. However, I don't feel it is good to show up as an artist on a set late. Now, if you have issues going on, personal issues, mental health issues, it is your responsibility, as well as, you have to put that out there, your manager, when you probably don't want to admit that you have some mental health or personal life issues. It is, if you can't identify it, is responsible of your team, which I would say your manager, because your manager works with you more than a majority. Your manager and then your publicist, they work with you a majority more than anyone else, unless you're just working with different people. However, a lot of artists, they don't do that. So it just made me feel some type of way to hear an artist, a legendary artist, says he could show up late and he could do whatever, and if the vibe is not right, and I get it in a certain point. Sometimes the vibe is not right, the mood is not right. However, you are paid to do a job. Yes, you have a wonderful life and you have been selected by God to perform, and the fans love you, and you may not feel it, but it's your responsibility and you should be accountable for it. This is why I tell people that they really need, if you're gonna go into artistry or anything, you need artist development, no matter in what field you are. You know, I've had my experiences with artist management, and I'm always willing to learn more and to be just as good as the next manager. That is just my mentality. But it's a two-way street when it comes to respect in regards to your fans as an artist, and as an artist in regards to the fans should also respect the artist. It's boundaries, it's times. I'm telling you guys from experience, if you are a fan of different MCs, different producers, the list goes on, you need to have respect and boundaries. Meaning, all artists, yes, they're genius. You want to meet them, you want to be around them. Sometimes you want to harass them, which I don't condone. You have to treat them like human beings, because that's what they are. They bleed like you and me. They pee and shit like you and me. We just keeping it real over here. This is what they do. They have mood swings. They could be nice one day. It's a lot of different things. And I'm just saying this is that artists, they need to be respected from the fans' point of view. If you walk up to an artist as a fan and say, oh, can I get an autograph and a picture? You should not be mad because the artist does not feel like it. It is the artist's right to not say, you know what? I'm not interested. No, not right now. You have to respect it and move on, because you never know. Maybe you'll run into the artist again and it'll be a different situation. As far as the artist and dealing with the fans, you don't take advantage of your fans. And when I say you don't take advantage of your fans, meaning fans done worked 5 weeks, 7 days a week or whatever, and stack their money to the side to go to your show. Your show is not cheap. A lot of times show now, like concert shows and all that, they're not cheap. They're not like $10, $15. It'd be rarely you'll get a good show that's $20, $25. Usually major concerts, $100, $200, $300. The highest I think I heard $400 or $500 for a show. You done paid your money. You done got your outfit. You done, if you got kids, you get babysitter, all of that. And then you get to the show. And because the artist is in their feelings and don't feel like it, whatever, now you pissed off because you done spent all this money. And guess what? A lot of times, depending on the situation, you don't get your money back. And then sometimes you do get your money back. You know who gets the blame of that when the artists do that? And they feel like, oh, I'm at this status. I'm a legend. I can do what I want. The promoters. And we know the promoters are not as good as they used to be. The promoter is a dangerous job. I respect a promoter when they say what they gonna do and mean what they say, and their actions speak louder than words. But when you got promoters who are put in the bind, who have done the right thing, and the artist leaving them hanging late for an hour, 2, 3, 4, that's not cool. That's disrespecting your fans. So to me, guys, it just shocked me when I heard this legend says, I'm a legend. I done put all the work. And I'm not ignoring that, because I know you don't put in all the work, but you have to be mindful. Everything is not going to be how you want it to be as an artist. Everything is not going to be perfect. You're going to get last minute things, last minute stuff that's going to go wrong, last minute stuff you don't feel like doing that you got to do. It's a two-way street when it comes to respect. So it just made me feel some type of way when I saw this legend talking about, I done paid my dues, and I done did this and I done did that. I could do whatever the hell I want. But then backpedaled and talked about how, I don't get me wrong, I do respect the fans' time. No, you don't. If you're saying that, you're not respecting the fans' time. You want the fan to respect you or whatever the case is, but then you don't respect the fan by at least thinking about the fans. If it wasn't for the fans, you will not be on that stage. This is what people don't understand. If it wasn't for your team and a major factor, the fans, you wouldn't be who you are. If the fans really didn't care, just say before you became a legend, and it's just like, you know what? I'm not even going to support this artist. I'm not going to no shows. I'm not buying no music, nothing. That takes time and effort. When a person can make time out of their day to buy a vinyl, buy your merch, all your merch, put their clothes on, just little things, get dressed, take their hard-earned money, go pay for your show, travel, that costs money, make sure you have food, or you're going to get food after the show or before the show, and then get to the show, and then they got to sit there and wait. That's a lot of effort, and I don't think fans, I don't care if you are an up-and-coming artist, in between, or a legend. Like, you have to think about that. So that just, and trust me, I've been on both sides of it in regards to, I've seen how fans could wild out and do crazy stuff. And then I've seen fans who were very, very supportive. Let me tell you guys a story. I was able to get an ex-client of mine, as well as one of his co-MCs, co-artists. He's a producer in the MC, down to South by Southwest. By the grace of God, was able to do that and network and have somewhere for them to stay for a week. I really appreciate the fan. It was this fan, mad cool, down to earth, admirer of my ex-client's music. You know, because I networked at the parties and stuff, and kept in contact. And the fan said, you know what? If you come to South by Southwest, I got you. Now, you know, people always say that all the time. I was like, you sure about this? Because, you know, for me, I don't know about anybody else. I always have a plan A, B, C, and D. I have to, just in case something falls through. So, that fan, an admirer, and appreciator of my ex-client's work, stood by their word. I had locked down and was able to have them somewhere to stay, including myself, for just out of love. And I'm forever grateful for that. I'm forever grateful to that person. I don't talk to her as often, but when I see her, or if I ever run to her, I'm forever grateful to her, because she could have been a fan that would reneged. You never know who is going to help you, you know? So in the midst of that, was able to lock that down for my clients. I was talking to other fans that wanted to know, when we're going to get down there, what time we're going to get there, we want to buy some vinyl, we want to do this, you know? I didn't throw it on to the artists, because, you know, at times artists don't want to be bothered with all of that. They just want to make their money. Unfortunately, some artists like that, they want to make their money and they want to go home. It was the fan. They just reached out to me because they knew I was the manager, and I would correspond with them frequently. Like, look, we're going to be here. The client's going to get down there at a certain time. They're going to get there before me and such and such. And let me tell you, that joint worked out well. And guess what? Because you're corresponding with the fan, the admirer, they bought a bunch of merch that I brought. So to say, as an artist, You have hit legendary status and you feel like you can do whatever the hell you want. In certain cases, yes, you can do whatever you want. But just be mindful. When certain things you need to get done, you don't want nobody to be like, I can do whatever I want. I'm going to move on with my life. The moral of this video is to let you guys know, don't be that type of artist to just say, come out like that and say, I could just do whatever I want. My fans have to deal with it. I'd rather them wait for me an hour, 2 hours. You don't know what the artists go through. No, we don't know what the artists go through, but you don't also know what the fans and their admirers go through to get to where they need to. So the respect and accountability to me is on both sides. Artists, I feel like some artists, not all, take advantage of their fans, especially when they make it and they get that, they become very arrogant and narcissist, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times you have talented people who are so talented, you never really hear nothing about them. Is because of their egos. It's because of their narcissistic ways, and they think the product that they should be entitled. I don't like that at all. I don't like the entitlement from artists being like that, and I don't like the entitlement of fans being like that. It's a respect on both ends. So it just, trust me, I've had artists that I really love their music. I've went out and support, and thank you, God, for the artists that I really love, and I've heard crazy stories about. When I met them, they was very respectful. I never want to meet one of my favorite artists and find out they a total you know what. But it happens, and I have. It's crazy, because it's like the people that you don't think is gonna do that's gonna be bougie ain't bougie, and the people that you think is gonna be cool ain't really cool. And a lot of artists out here have a facade. You know, they preach pro-blackness, and they talk about for the people and for the community and for the music and for the fans, and they don't give a damn about them. You know, they don't want to be exposed of the truth about them. You have a lot of fans, you have a lot of not fans, you have a lot of artists out here who are not good people. I'm not saying all of them, but they're not. Like I said, guys, the fan should also respect the artist's boundaries. However, I also feel like the artist, I don't care who you are, as well as legends, you should keep in mind that if it wasn't for your fans, you wouldn't even be on that stage. Your fans and God, yeah. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on this topic. Do you think it's okay for a legend to say, I can do whatever the hell I want because I'm a legend and I worked my butt off? It's a catch-22 with that. I'm not taking away from the artist. I'm not taking away from the fan. I'm just saying it has to level out. I would never want to be in a situation where I have tons of admirers, because I don't like the word fan now, but tons of admirers who dearly care about my well-being or like me as a person, and I just shit on them because I'm having a bad day, you know? Or I feel like I've got to a certain point in my YouTube career, my management career, whatever, that I could just treat people any old kind of way. I never want to be like that. I always try to have considerations for people's time and action. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you think it's okay for a legend to say he doesn't care if a fan has to wait or whatever the case is? He's going to get paid anyway through the promoter. And the promoter, that's what the promoter has to deal with. That's why it's the promoter. Promoter is the most dangerous job. Do you agree with that? I just want to know. Anyway, guys. Sorry for this long video. But I just wanted to... I'm not sorry, but I didn't mean it to be this long. But I want you just to keep that in mind when you are supporting your artists. Whether upcoming, legend, whatever the case is. Keep in mind of that. Be respectful when you approach them. Support them. If they are not nice to you, stop supporting them. Because it's like, come on, if they can't give you respect and for your time and energy and your money, don't do it. But don't take advantage of the artist, as well as the artist. Don't take advantage of your fans. All right? Before we do anything, before I go, subscribe to this channel. It is free. Click the notification bell so every time I upload, you will get notified. Like this video. I welcome all my comments, comments, because I read them all. Shout outs to all my subscribers. I appreciate you. And I will see you on the next video. Don't forget, do you think legends should not care about their artists and just show up to shows like it's nothing? Late and everything. Same thing for fans. All right? Happy Sunday. See you soon. Peace.